Whoa. Hey guys, it's Zach here. So, what I want to talk to you guys about tonight is something that I just read on my Facebook. I don't know if you'd call it a story or what. It says, my rapist doesn't know he's a rapist because my culture hasn't taught him he is one. And what it is about is this woman was, I believe it was like a younger I gotta relate back to it just so I get this right. So this woman here was a college freshman. She called herself Naive. What happened was, supposedly she was about 10 shots in, wasted on vodka, and she happens to see this guy dancing with some other girl. She gives him the googly eyes, and after about 20 minutes he manages to ditch the girl that he's dating with. Now, granted, he's drunk and she's drunk, and he comes over and they dance on the dance floor, and then she goes home. Well, he asks one of her friends where she lives, and he, I suppose, stumbles on over there, and he knocks on the door and asks her for her number. Well, she thought that it was, kind of cute that he asked him for her number, so she invites him in, which at that point, they do the dirty, and when he finishes, she pushes him off and kicks him out of the dorm or apartment or wherever she's staying. Well, she's calling this rape, and I started reading the comments, because when you read this article, if you've seen it on Facebook, it's kind of a one-sided opinion. I don't know, and from what I get with the comments, a lot of people seem to kind of agree with the fact that he's not raping her necessarily. The fact is, they're both sloppy drunk, and she, like she says in this article, didn't push him off until he was done, or the situation was done, which at that point then she felt all disgusting and went and showered, I believe he says in this article. Well, I just don't understand it. And I think a lot of people are on the same side as how I think most people would opinionize this. The fact is that it's not, you could look at it at both ways, but I feel like most people would look at it as not being rape, because she didn't say no until it was, until after the fact, and they were both sloppy drunk, or pretty drunk, pretty wasted or whatever. She says she had to go through a year of counseling, and she still breaks down and cries sometimes, and all this other stuff. And it's just hard for me to believe that someone would go through that much trauma for that. Why would you? It's like you're blaming somebody else for your own problems. It's not that this guy's problem that you were just as drunk as he was, but it's not his problem that you did 10 shots and you had no self-control. That is not his fault at all. Now, the real main problem here is the fact that you were both drinking, and this is why when college people, younger age people drink, problems like this happen, and it's because they think that it's, not their fault. Nothing is ever anybody's fault. It's not their fault, So, the real problem is that this lady and this guy were drinking. It is not the fact that they did stuff later on, it's the fact that they were drunk or intoxicated and they don't know how to handle themselves. That's the problem. So she shouldn't. The problem is that she's still breaking down even after all this therapy and everything like that. The problem is that she has a problem with herself, not the fact that this guy did something to her. It's the fact that she did this to herself, and I think she's having a hard time coping with it in her own ways, because it haunts her. But hopefully for this woman, whoever she is, it's a wake-up call to not drink. Yeah, the comments on here are pretty much all the same. She says, sober enough to consent inviting him in, but then too drunk to say, when you two started doing stuff, and then after you immediately regretted it. I'm just reading the comment here, and then underneath this person says, guys like you is what's wrong with the world. There's nothing wrong with this person and their comment. What's wrong is the fact that people are taking this woman's side on something that is not, it's not the direct cause of the problem that she's trying to deal with. The direct cause is the fact that they were drunk. And that's each other's problem. If they were straight and this happened, it would be completely different, but they were dumb drunk. Stuff like this bothers me. Why does it even get posted on the web? Basically, this person's ranting about the fact that they can't get over the fact that they got drunk and did it with somebody else.